What's up, you guys? All right, so look, today I'm gonna start with NASDAQ SPX. First, I'm gonna start with SPX. All right, this is a daily candle. You can tell that from right here to right here, but you can extend all the way to down here. There's a strong resistance, or just a strong area. If you're coming from the top, it's an active resistance. If you're coming from the bottom, it's an active support. Either way, it's a strong area. This part right here, you can tell how the candles are, how they just go up and down the same region. All right, cool. You stretch it out. You go to this area right here. This you would then see how when the market falls down, how it reacts in this way to then catch it for another sell or a buy. Cool. Before that, I also want to mention that on Tuesday we ended up having bad data from Tesla, so that made the market drop down. So this was Tuesday, and then Tuesday night, I said, um, maybe go back to my boxes. Tuesday, we ended up breaking that trend line. It was some point trend line that we need to hold, where we ended up breaking down right on the trend line and got saved by Biden. After we got saved by Biden, we ended up maintaining this region right here, anticipating the good news of earnings. So look how they played us. Look how they played us. Prior week, we ended up closing on this trend line after receiving bad news, bad data. Pretty much inflation this, inflation that, so and so, whatever. Could that be it for the market? All of a sudden, so we left Friday. All of a sudden, Biden steps down. What a coincidence. Just crazy, just out of the blue. Even though last week you were giving rallies, you were giving speeches saying how you're here to stay and you're gonna win the presidency and you're not gonna stop and all that stupid shit you were telling people. But then all of a sudden you have a change of heart. You you just decided for the fuck of it on a Sunday. Could have been a Saturday, could have been a Saturday, could have been Monday, but no, let me do it on Sunday. What a coincidence! The market got saved just by that. So think about it. If we didn't get saved by that, what else was gonna sustain us here? If we ended the week, because normally think about it. When you end a week, especially a bad week, you don't just forget about it, and especially when the market they're telling you that hey, the market's it's not looking good, and especially this was a clear good fucking box right here, clear good box, but we weren't able to catch it because it closed. Anyway, the way it closed, so you could have catch this sell, but it closed right before Tesla came out, and it was anticipating for the good news. That's why even though we dropped and maintained this area right here on Tuesday, it maintained the whole day till 2 p.m. because it was hoping that Tesla was going to have good earnings and the market was going to get saved and so on. But it didn't. So then I was thinking too also, when it was happening here, what they're gonna do is you're thinking we got saved, we bounced over the trend line, but at the same time, you don't know how Tesla did. And normally Tesla has been having a bad record of either having good data, they end up missing something else, and that something else is what triggers investors, and they go for a sell. So even though data-wise they make good money, margins and all this other stupid shit whatnot, people reacted bad to it, so they pulled the market back down. And I said, if we do have that bad news, this time instead of going back down to the trend line, it's actually gonna break it for reals. It's gonna create an H. In H, what I mean is, well, we have a hard drop. The market will seem like it's gonna fucking make it. It'll stay flat in a certain area, and then come back down, complete the H with an H right here, and then once it completes the H, it'll drop. And that's what you don't want. This was an H, but you couldn't really see it, or I couldn't really see it either, because I didn't really take out the full view and I stick to my 4 hour candles, 1 hour candles, and all that bullshit. And plus, I'm working to the can't really look how I want to. So we had that right, and also pay attention how we were on the I call it the bubble, but whatever the fuck you want to call it is. Pretty much what this tell you is that, hey, when we come to this area, you want to bounce so the market can continue going up. If we break it, we're about to break it in between, we can start then dropping and going above it back again and passing it. It's hard, and that's what you see here. Try it one more time, right on the edge, goes back down. All right, cool. So then once it started happening, I thought, oh, okay, it's gonna fall this time for real, and it's gonna break, and NASDAQ is gonna break, SPX is gonna break. Um, so then we go to a 4 hour candle. So we dropped, the market open right Tuesday. The market opened back at 3. This was the next area to pay attention to. This box right here. And these boxes I don't just make at the moment. These are boxes from way back. But I know in some way they're gonna react. The market's gonna react to them once they come across them or whatever. And they tell you stuff like this one right here. I knew that this was my selling point right here. It was gonna maintain here and then drop it, and if anything, this was gonna be your last hope to go for a sell. So as I'm seeing this, then I told the homie right here, what it's gonna do is it was a Tuesday, and we didn't have data. That's the thing. We had data, but it was only see, this was Tuesday night, so this was after the data came out. And then Wednesday we had data, but that was till 6:30. It's another thing. Whenever we have data and it's past 6:30, especially 6:45, the market will not anticipate the data because of the time. Because the market's gonna open before the data comes out, so it's not like you're gonna be able to anticipate. Like normally, you want the data to be come out 5:30. From 5, it's between 5:30, maybe 6. That way you get to see how the market reacts to it. For example, this data that we're having tomorrow is very important. It has to do with the GDP and unemployment claims. Unemployment claims in the GDP is something that the Fed looks into, so investors are be hoping that's good data to somewhat save them after having this bad news. So anyway, so I told the homie he's either gonna try to get saved to still maintain in that upward trend, or around 11:30, and I'll send you a screenshot. I sent him I sent him a text saying, hey, and it was like 10:30 or so. If the market starts pulling on back down between 11:45 12:30, we're gonna continue going on down. And it doesn't have to be 11:45 on the dot. As we get closer to that time, it tells you a lot. So you see right here, see 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. That doesn't make sense. That was Tuesday. Oh, that was Tuesday night. I'm on crack. My bad, you guys. I'm down over here. So, anyways, also right here, this was your nighttime. So, this was your 11:45, 12:30. Same shit as always. 11:45, 12:30. So, this is let's see, 11, 10, 9, 8. 7, so it was still early as fuck. 8, 9, 10, 11, 9. Alright, so anyway, so the market ended up dropping throughout the night. And then right here, it was your, I think I was asleep, but I wasn't watching it either or. And it did the box. That would have helped you out either too. And just inside the box, everything. So, 11:45, so you want 11:45, 12:30 to be right here. To again, to go one more time, try it, whatnot. The fact that you have 9, 10, and then 11 go down, that was your fucking red flag that we're going to continue going down throughout the night. Especially how right here is sustained. That's what I said. I remember saying, hey, you guys, once we get to 3 or 4 in the morning, we're going to pick up back again. But seeing when I woke up, I was like, oh, we don't have data at 5:30 or 6. We have data until 6:45. Then that means the market, anything anticipated or anything, is going to continue falling on down before the data comes out. That's what happens. It finally breaks it and then chills. This is not normal because normally, again, after we break, especially on 2, we won't do this. The market will continue with the move. It won't get coagulated. It won't get stuck in the compressed in the same area, especially from 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, all these. The hell no. That's too much. So all this was telling you sell. All this telling you we're about to drop. Especially we got closer to the market opening and how it's looking. Fuck yeah, they was telling you we're gonna go for a sell. And that's all it was. That's all it was even before the data came out. And that's what happens too. If you're looking bad and the market's about to open, the market's gonna dump even more. And that's what happened. Look how the market was still closed, and look how as it's getting closer, now the fear is reaching. Now everybody's selling because it's all about time too. Also because we closed a 4 candle at 6, so the fact that it was trying to make it the final move but it couldn't. This was the fact that it was getting closer to the end of the 4 candle closing was telling you, hey, we're about to drop. Because in the last hour and a half of a 4 candle, that's when a big move happens. Alright, cool. So we're dumping throughout the day, right? Damn, that's a big ass fucking dump. Alright. And then once we get to right here, that's when I was telling the homie. Either here, no, this one right here, 10 o'clock, yeah, 10 o'clock. Why? Because it's the last 4 candle, and in the last 4 candle, in the last hour and a half of that 4 candle of the last day, no, not last day, but I mean prior. It's the 4 candle prior to the last 4 candle of the day. Because it goes from 10 to 1, no, 10 to 2, and 2, no, I'm incorrect. It goes 10 to 2, that's all. So this is the last one, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, this is the last one. So the fact that it was the last one before the market closed, like I always say, pay attention to 11:45, 12:30. On top of that, I told the homie, this is the last box that we have. See? Notice how when we came up, this was the area that we stopped. So the fact that we went down here to that same area was, in the fact that we were right underneath the trend line, I was like, yo, if we don't go up before 11:45, 12:30, we're gonna go down. We're gonna touch that trend line. And I even sent him a screenshot. I'll upload it to my shorts. You go to the 4 candle. Again, another box. This was helping you. This was telling you, hey, box it up. And once we get to that 11:45 area time frame and it starts dropping, go for a sell. There was another box that I found. Where is it? That's about it. But yeah, see, in this area right here. So in the 50-minute candle, I told the homie, hey, if it goes down in between 11:45, 12:30. Sell that shit because we're gonna hit this trend line. And once it came down right here to 11:30, actually before this, but once it came here and I saw that it was 11, going towards 11, and just the fact that where it was going back in, to the homie sell, and this is your target right here. Now, what it's trying to do, and it fucking failed already. I was hoping that we'll buy time here. So again, with rallying up throughout the night, and then stop somewhere here, and again if the data's bad, because we're getting data tomorrow at 5:30, but it's five. It's like five of them, so three of them or two of them are very important. All the other ones are just alright. But the good thing is that since there are a bunch of them, you want, and they're all coming at the same time, you're gonna react to it in one hit. Whereas when you have data at 5:30, then 6 and 6:30, and they're all important, your market's gonna go up and down and be all over the place. And especially if the data comes out after the market opens, you can't see how the market is gonna react to it. So you can't anticipate how the market's gonna anticipate when the market opens. But with this one, since all of them come out at 5:30, it's one hit, you'll kind of have a sense of where it's going. And then right here, it's another box. Why did I do this? Oh, okay, it was a 4-hour candle. So again, this box will tell you to when to go for a sell. Eleven, 12. And see, all these moves are gonna be happening way quicker. Why? Because the market is just in fear, whatnot. Especially because it's the fact that the fact that I was hanging. Because think about it, this was a box, so this is what they were to pay attention to. This is where you wanted it to hold. The fact that it did this, and you go to your 3, hell yeah. The fact that you're seeing this, now you know that this is your point area right here. That you know that if we maintain this, especially getting closer to the closing time, we're gonna start dropping. Whereas if these candles were over here, whatever, whatnot, then you would have been saying like, okay, my main area is up here. But this candle was clearly telling you, hey, this is the area to pay attention to. This area right here. Alright? So then you go to your 2. You see how it's changing now, but you know that this is your price right here. And notice how when they go down, they maintain that price. So all this is telling you, hey, we're about to jump. Because we have another box right here too. Let me see how that looks. Because then you will catch this cell right here. So there he goes. And this would have been the first red flag. Because again, we closed a forward candle at 10. And you wanted 10 to be up here. So then 11 can bullshit, whatever, whatnot, and do all this shit. But you have 9 right here. And you're getting to close in 1 more hour. And that last hour is very important where it closes, because a 4-hour candle, the fact that it closed below this was telling me already, hey, we would have dumped. We're dumping already. And the fact that this bitch went down here, you would have gone to your 15. You see how fast all this was fucking easy catch. So it was easily. If anybody would have taken my trades and been paid attention, or if I would have been on this shit, easily minimum $1,000 to $3,000, $2,000 on a $1,000 account, easily. Alright, then so since this is happening right now, this is the next box that's gonna get trapped on. Also because we have a weekly right here, so it's gonna try its best to stay above that. So that's why I also say don't stay inside this box. It's gonna cross that weekly line. Tomorrow we have bad data, especially how close we are to it. Yeah, so see how we smash through it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to close above it, especially because we're getting close to the 2 hour candle to the 2 hour candle, which is the end of a 12 hour candle, which is very important. It's gonna try its best to close above the weekly. If we're looking at 11:45, 12:30 here, because I don't know how fast this market's gonna keep on dumping right now, which it could be, we could be down here even before that or whatever. But if we're still in this area and it's 11:45, 12:30, we're most likely gonna keep on dumping. If we are still here in the 15-minute candle, we stay above this area right here, 12:45, 11:45, 12:30. That means we're gonna bullshit, and yeah, we're gonna bullshit in this area. Otherwise, if we keep this lower pressure inside this orange box right here, watch. Between, if we get stuck in this area right here, in these two, or this big one right here, we're most likely gonna go on down. But since we have the 5:30 data, that means around 3 or 4, the market should start picking it up. So even if we do dump throughout the night, just be aware that 3 or 4 in the morning, especially 4 o'clock, but 3 or 4 in the morning, the market should then start reversing and going back up. Especially because we've been dumping like crazy, so we need something to push us on up, or this data to, like all this. I I was seeing this shit. Like I like how they were setting up this whole thing. The moment I saw where we were on the SPX, and we were gonna we are gonna come back down to this trend line here. I believe this was this one right here. Yeah. The moment that I saw that we are coming back to this trend line, I was like, oh shit, we're about to drop. And not just that, but the moment that I saw that we came across this one right here, when we cross this one, I was like, oh shit, I think they're gonna go for. Sorry, hold on. All right. Yeah, so if anything, it's gonna try and get back in here in this area right here. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna, but you have to be here by 11:45, 12:30, so they can shoot it up. Bullshit here. 5:30 in this area. Good news going up. Stuck somewhere here. Close the day somewhere here. Or we're gonna get rejected and then continue on down. Or if we hold this area right here, 12, 11, 30, 11:45, 12:30, we're gonna start going back down, closing the day somewhere here. Because now the market is really in fear after all this drop. And I like how this drop was part of the bad earnings from Tesla and Google. Like that's what, if you see the market, all these people, all these sources that give you information about the banks and the economy, they're all saying the same thing. Um, Indexes, SPX, NASDAQ fall down with bad earnings from Tesla, whatever, whatnot. It's like, okay, like you could have continued that shit last night, but you fucking didn't. The data came out yesterday, but you're reacting to it right now. Like, okay, like that makes no fucking sense at all. All of a sudden, like hours later after the data comes out, now you're reacting to it. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Now for the Nasdaq. Again, they're similar. If you see this shit, similar. And that just that the NASDAQ is saying more confirmedly, this is now, see, this is really telling me what it wants to do and what SPX really wants to do. And see how hard it is to maintain above this area right here. That's because they want to get inside of here. It wants to close at 2 in the morning right here, so then they can have a hard time, or you could be right here, break the support, and so on and so on, or we're gonna have a hard time and go back down. Watch. That's it. That's it. That's what we're gonna do. 11:45, 12:30, till here, close here at 2 in the morning, or up here, buy time, bullshit, 5 in the morning, good news go up, good news go down. Or if this keeps getting rejected as we get closer to 11:45, too many boxes, too many lines. I know people work with me here. So yeah, these are the 3 stocks. I'm gonna go for a candle. Cause you don't got nothing really to stop it. You only have this right here. So you got this right here. This is gonna stop it. This should stop it. That's why you're seeing this come down here to this area, because creates support, and it wants to close up above that shit. Otherwise, if we have the bad news, it's gonna smash through this, and then continue with the fall. And see how there's a box right here that tells me, hey, this resistance right here, and as far as right here, look at that, come on. So I need to get that box and stretch it out. Too far. There you go. That's it right there. So that's what these boxes are. So when it comes to the region, I know it's gonna be a hard time passing it. And if it does close in there, I know that there's a important area, especially depending on the time and where it's at, that it could drop. Alright. But you see I was trying to buy even though it went all the way down here. I was pushing on up. Because again, that's what they're trying to do. It's not the market is gonna keep dropping the whole night, especially after they're having important data coming out tomorrow. Alright, guys, that's enough for this. This is Brian Seacrest signing out.